Good Sunday morning, everybody. This is Subby. I wanted to, first off, happy Labor Day weekend. We're September 3rd right now. We're only about 4 weeks away until a new LRC, LEZAC recurring cycle, will begin to unfold, giving us a glimpse of what we can expect for the rest of 2023 and into 2024 till next September. So, pretty exciting times. We're still in the current LRC, every 50-day cycle. Everything is still following the LRC, and we can expect a few minor changes to it here over the next 4 weeks, but we're still in the last cycle of the LRC. So, first off, I wanted to kind of give you guys. We're kind of in that boring time frame of weather. We really need some moisture here in West Central Missouri. We're still in the extreme drought category for all of West Central Missouri currently. A lot of that is contributed to the very, very dry conditions that we had from the end of April through about the last week of June. We were almost about 9 inches below average through that time span. So a lot of ponds are dry, a lot of fields are dry. We really need some moisture. We have a few chances through this week coming up, but there's not a big system that's moving through to give us uh, much needed 2-3 inch rainfalls, but we do have some chances this week, and I'll get to that here in just a moment. What you're looking at right now is the GFS model starting today, and I'm actually going to move this out. We have go through Monday. Actually, tomorrow afternoon, we're going to start seeing more southwest flow, a little bit more humidity, and we have a couple of disturbances out west that will be making their way toward West Central Missouri. So it's not out of the question that we see some scattered showers, maybe even a couple thunderstorms come through tomorrow evening. It's like a 10-15% chance of wherever you are at in West Central Missouri. So I'm not counting on it, but don't be surprised if there are a few scattered cells on radar pop up tomorrow afternoon. But for the most part, that's going to remain down to the south. South of I-44, stand a better chance of seeing some scattered thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon. Our better chance will come in Tuesday night. Still, it's going to be scattered in nature, nothing that you can take to the bank on. However, we stand 30-40% chance to see some storms on Tuesday evening. And as we head into Wednesday, we will also have some scattered showers throughout West Central Missouri on Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening. Still not a big system. It is not going to be a line of storms coming through, given a very broad area of rainfall. This is just going to be scattered in nature. We have a few disturbances coming through. They could produce a few showers and isolated thunderstorms. As we head into the weekend, we will have a cold front that will be moving through. So the humidity and temperatures will begin their decrease. We'll see a couple more chances of showers and thunderstorms as that happens Thursday into Friday. As you can see here in the map here in West Central Missouri, right through here, some scattered rain showers. And then as we head into the weekend, there's a pretty good little low pressure system that the GFS is actually picking up moving into southwest Missouri that could spread some much needed rainfall through a larger area here in west central Missouri, and actually some pretty strong storms down in the Boot Hill. About 3 to 4 hours worth of rainfall, so I'm hoping maybe we could pick up, half inch to an inch on Friday. And then as we go forward through the rest of the weekend, the cold front moves through and we will see temperatures back down to the low 80s and lows, upper 50s, low 60s again for next weekend. Once we get beyond that, the models don't really grasp them too well. So it is showing a nice system coming through again on Monday, on September 11th. But there's nothing that we can take to the bank on right now too far out for any of these models. The GFS, once you get past about the 4-day mark, it really begins to wobble around. So I won't go into any further detail on that. So based on that, really, guys, we've got beautiful weather over the next couple days. Those of you that are taking advantage of it down at the lake, camping, just absolutely been beautiful weather. Highs in the mid 90s with lower humidity. It's been hot, but it hadn't been nothing like what we experienced a week and a half ago. Lows back down to the upper 60s, low 70s. So expect more of the same tomorrow on Labor Day. 95 for the high, low right around 72, 73, something like that. Tuesday, more of the same, 95, 94, 95 degrees, low of 70. Wednesday night, Thursday into the weekend, we'll slowly start seeing a decrease in high temperatures and a decrease in low temperatures with some scattered chances of thunderstorms. So that's what we can expect here in west central Missouri over the next 3 or 4 days. I do want to give a recap of the tropics for those of you that might have some interest down in the southeast. The final totals are pretty much in, but right now, through Hurricane Idalia that came through last week, the losses from the hurricane is expected to top over $10 billion. And some even say that by the time this is all said and done, you could be looking at 12 to 20 billion with a B, $billion worth of damage. So very, very significant damage that occurred down in the southeast, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, due to Hurricane Idalia. So let's take a look at what's going on here in the tropics. So currently, right now, there's Hurricane Gert and actually Tropical Storm Gert, Tropical Storm Katia, and then another disturbance that's down off of the coast of Africa right now with a 40% chance of cyclone formation in 48 hours. However, even going out beyond that, all three of these storms are expected to turn and head back up to the northeast Atlantic, not posing any threat to any U.S. territories or the U.S. Virgin Islands. However, what I'm concerned about is what models is picking out that has not even yet formed off of the African coast. And I'm going to bring this over. So this is the app called Windy, and I use this quite often. And kind of put things in perspective, here's the African coast right here. Here's, of course, the U.S. and the southeast coast, and of course we have our two tropical systems that are out there right now. I'm going to move this up in motion, and we will see that tropical disturbance that we just saw coming off of the coast. that is actually looked like it's going to circle back out into the Atlantic. But by the weekend, this little chunk of energy right here is the one I'm a little bit concerned about. These here are all going to stay out into the Atlantic, but this one right here is setting its aim on the Virgin Islands and eventually possibly up into the East Coast. So this is Friday at 8 o'clock, and it really starts getting its act together. And then as it comes along up through this is Monday now, and we have a pretty significant tropical storm. And we go all the way up. Now, what happens to it right now, we don't know. It could either skirt across here into the Gulf, and of course we all know the warm waters of the Gulf right now, some record-breaking heat. There's very, very little wind shear. Wind shear would be coming in from the west. So let me zoom this in. As you can see, there's no wind shear that's affecting it. That's coming. These little arrows are moving to the east. Once they get over Mexico, there's no shear. So this is all very primed for activity in the Gulf of Mexico. There is potential that this could move into the Gulf and form into a very, very strong tropical storm. Or it could actually come up and skirt the coasts of eastern Florida and Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and then head back out to sea. From this point, from Tuesday, we don't know what this is going to do, but it's a very significant tropical storm right now. Very low pressure, 29.14. So this is the storm that I'm keeping an eye on. We are hitting the peak of hurricane season as here in September. The LRC has predicted actually a very strong chance of a hurricane hitting this area in eastern Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, right around September 12th. And if you notice, this is Tuesday, September 12th. So I do believe that there is a chance that this could have some impact on the East Coast next week, something I'll be watching. But anyway, I wanted to give you guys an update on the tropics in case anybody has friends, relatives along the East Coast, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. So, and again, we're about 4 weeks away from a new LRC setting up that typically is set right around the first week of October. So that will be coming up here. Pretty exciting to see what our winter and spring forecast looks like as we head into 2024. So that's all the information that I have for you guys. And again, beautiful weather. No chance of rain until Tuesday night. So that's great news. So please drive safe on the way home from wherever you may be at, visiting family on the lake, camping. And I will see you guys with an update probably tomorrow evening. And I'll leave you guys with the forecast for tonight and tomorrow as I end this live video. Have a great Sunday and a great end of Labor Day, guys.